Welcome to Fox News First. Not signed up yet? Click here. The lead story. Clinton emails face scrutiny. FBI Director Christopher Wray and Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz are expected to testify Monday before the Senate Judiciary Committee on Horowitz's bombshell report on the FBI's investigation of Hillary Clinton's personal email server. Horowitz's report, released Thursday, singled out former FBI Director James Comey for harsh criticism and referred 5 other Bureau employees for potential disciplinary action. Most notably, Horowitz found that anti-Trump text messages between FBI agent Peter Strzok and FBI attorney Lisa Page potentially indicated or created the appearance that investigative decisions were impacted by bias or improper considerations. However, the report also noted the FBI's decision not to prosecute Clinton in July 2016 was not motivated by political bias against then-candidate Donald Trump. Trump fumes over FBI sick loser. President Trump took to Twitter on Sunday night to blast the FBI agent who was removed from special counsel Robert Mueller's team after sending anti-Trump text messages to his mistress, calling his actions witch hunt and a really sick deal. Trump tweeted, "Why was the FBI's sick loser, Peter Strzok, working on the totally discredited Mueller team of 13 angry and conflicted Democrats when Strzok was giving crooked Hillary a free pass yet telling his lover, lawyer Lisa Page, that we'll stop Trump from becoming president?" The president added, "Also remember that they all worked for slippery James Comey and that Comey is best friends with Robert Mueller." A really sick deal, isn't it? Trump's tweets came after Strzok, through his lawyer, announced Sunday he's willing to testify before the House Judiciary Committee or any other congressional panel that invites him. Media's misreporting blasted. The head of the Department of Homeland Security bashed the media Sunday for their misreporting on the increasingly volatile immigration controversy, writing in a string of tweets, "We do not have a policy of separating families at the border." Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen added, "This misreporting by members, press and advocacy groups must stop. It is irresponsible and unproductive. As I have said many times before, if you are seeking asylum for your family, there is no reason to break the law and illegally cross between ports of entry." She noted that no one is breaking the law by seeking asylum at a port of entry. The Trump administration, which has called it horrible that illegal immigrant children are sometimes separated from their parents when their parents enter criminal proceedings, has been criticized in recent weeks for increasing the prosecutions of illegal immigrants under a zero-tolerance policy that critics say leads to those separations. Nielsen's outburst came after New Jersey Democrats gained entry Sunday to an immigration detention center in their state after arguing with police and literally banging on the door, one lawmaker posted on Twitter. The Father's Day spectacle was the latest in a series of similar trips by Democratic lawmakers to immigration detention centers, which are part of a broader effort to draw attention to the family members who have been separated by federal authorities while illegally crossing the border from Mexico into the United States. Fu. Melanie, liberal comedian Kathy Griffin, who famously posed with a fake severed head of President Trump, took a vicious new swing at Melania Trump over immigration policies. The First Lady had weighed in earlier Sunday. Trump hates to see children separated from their families and hopes both sides of the aisle can finally come together to achieve successful immigration reform. She believes we need to be a country that follows all laws but also a country that governs with heart, her office told Fox News. Griffin then tweeted, "Fu. Melanie. Yo, you know damn well your husband can end this immediately. You feckless complicit piece of s." Alluding to a May tweet from Trump in which he misspelled his wife's name as well as Samantha Bee's vulgar slam of Ivanka Trump and May Griffin was referring to news of family members who have been separated by federal authorities while illegally crossing the border from Mexico into the United States. Death and destruction in Japan. At least 3 people, a 9-year-old girl, and 2 men in their 80s, were killed and more than 200 other people were hurt after a strong earthquake rattled the city of Osaka in western Japan on Monday morning, officials said. The quake, causing scattered damage including broken glass and partial building collapses, struck around 8 a.m. About 6 miles underground with a magnitude of 6.1, the Japan Meteorological Agency said. The magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck shortly after 8 a.m. north of Osaka at a depth of about 13 kilometers, 8 miles, the Japan Meteorological Agency said. The strongest shaking was north of Osaka, but the quake rattled large parts of western Japan, including Kyoto, the agency said. As seen on Fox News Weekend, Deep State is alive and well. I believe in the system and I believe in justice. I dedicated more than 30 years to the criminal justice system and the assignment of blame. Tonight, I'm not angry, I'm just dumbfounded, disheartened and disappointed. Judge Janine, in her opening statement on Justice with Judge Janine, slamming the Dodge Watchdog report on the FBI's handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Watch migrant centers, explained, nobody's detained from leaving. They can just leave. Sometimes they do. For a lot of the folks from rural El Salvador or Honduras, it's a big step up. Mark Gregorian, executive director for the Center for Immigration Studies, on Fox and Friends Weekend, arguing that despite the left's claims that migrant centers are in poor condition, most shelters allow better living conditions for immigrants. Watch U.S. soccer stars My other team as Mexico ad kicks up outrage. Man who thought he was wearing stab-proof vest dies after stabbing himself. Rescue groups go into overdrive in the days ahead of China's Yulin Dog Meat Festival. Bannon says MLK would be proud of Trump's America First agenda. Kellyanne Conway challenges leaker who floated using immigrant kids as leverage. Cartoonist claims he was fired after 25 years for making fun of Trump. NJ governor sees guns, not shooters. Early prison release as the problem. Port of Virginia, major shipping hub for U.S. commerce, gets big expansion. Carjacking suspect dead, 2 injured at Walmart in Washington state. Attention, Amazon Prime members who shop at Whole Foods, you're in luck. Jeremy Hunt, Tuesday is Juneteenth, a holiday most Americans have never heard of, but need to know about. Dr. Mark Siegel, the best way to slow Medicaid spending is to help more people escape poverty. Franklin Graham, millions pray for peace between the U.S. and North Korea. I applaud Trump for seeking. Incredibles 2 scores best opening for an animation film of all time. Did you hear about this? Restaurant owner responds to customers' claim that there were maggots in food. Fox and Friends, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, Michael Levin shares 5 ideas for shows for former President Obama's Netflix deal. Additional guests include former Secret Service agent Dan Bongino, Jonathan Turley, Alan Dershowitz and more. Fox News at night, 11 p.m. Lindsey Graham on the fallout from the IG report, the Trump-Kim summit, the state of the Mueller investigation and more. Mornings with Maria, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Guests include Rep. Chris Collins, Ivana Trump. Barney and Company. 9 a.m. Eastern Time, NFL great Joe Theismann, Christian Whiten, Senior Fellow for Strategy and Public Diplomacy at the Center for the National Interest. After the bell, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Terry Turchi, former FBI Counterterror Deputy Assistant Director. The Evening Edit, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Mark Lauder, former Special Assistant to President Trump, actor-economist Ben Stein. The Fox News Rundown podcast, President Trump is focused on making sure North Korea takes steps towards denuclearization following his summit with Kim Jong-un. Fox News' Eric Shawn talks to Hugh Dugan, visiting scholar and professor of practice at the School of Relations Diplomacy and International Relations at Seton Hall University, about what's next in negotiations. Plus, commentary by Fox News politics editor Chris Stieruelt. Want the Fox News Rundown sent straight to your mobile device? Subscribe through Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. The Brian Kilmeade Show, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, Rep. Kevin Brady, chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, on Trump's tariffs on China, NAFTA and the debate over immigration reform. New York Post columnist Michael Goodwin on why he believes the FBI director has proven Washington has a vendetta against Trump. Rep. Bob Goodlatte, chairman of the House Committee on the Judiciary, on the congressional hearing on the IG report and quest for immigration reform. M.Zalmay Khalilzad compares and contrasts Iran and North Korea. 1996, Richard Allen Davis is convicted of the 1993 kidnap murder of 12-year-old Polly Klaus of Petaluma, Calif. Davis remains on death row. 1983, astronaut Sally K. Ride becomes America's first woman in space as she and 4 colleagues blast off aboard the Space Shuttle Challenger on a 6-day mission. 1812, the War of 1812 begins as the U.S. Congress approves and President James Madison signs a declaration of war against Britain. Fox News First is compiled by Fox News' Brian Robinson. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see you in your inbox first thing Tuesday morning.